Lesson 2. Presenting your office and services. Marketing tools. Websites.
Il sito web oggi è indubbiamente il principale biglietto da visita degli studi di progettazione. Inoltre è il modo più semplice per mostrare in tutto il mondo il nostro lavoro, entrare in contatto con potenziali nuovi clienti, accrescere la nostra visibilità e reputazione attraverso le attività di web marketing. Ecco di seguito 10 irrinunciabili spunti di riflessione per mettere ordine in questo magmatico universo virtuale.
Starting a website. Once again, 10 steps. We're looking at guidelines, we're looking at reminders, tips of what you should be doing. Just before we start, I think it is important, not to say essential, that in today's world, a website is absolutely fundamental. You meet someone and the next thing they do, they Google you and they look for your website and what is your presence on the web, on the net. Therefore, I would really encourage all of you to look carefully into designing and putting online a website. First thing to remember, a website, it is not a brochure, it's a different thing. The architecture of the website should be designed thinking carefully about the content and the tree structure of the pages, meaning once I enter the first page, what are the key chapters that I want to see, how do I click on them, where do I go? Design a software structure which is appropriate to your internal human resources. Today's system, such as the word press, means that you can actually do without the software house, which is quite important because you can actually update the website yourself, even from a smartphone. When I say update the website yourself, I actually mean it. Human resources in your offices sometimes can be yourself, maybe you have an assistant, but is the assistant the right person to update the website? I'm not sure, it's for you to decide, but remember that it is much easier to have sometimes a 2-page website than to have a 600-page website that nobody knows how to update. A website should always contain new information. It is necessary to have a person or yourself that actually updates the website constantly, because people click on it, they look at information, but if they click more times and they see always the same thing, they lose interest and they will look elsewhere. It should also be easy to use and so easy to change it. I would recommend you actually invest in the content of the website. A website is not just beautiful to look at, but once again, people click on it and they should find an interest in looking at the website because then it encourages them to click again and come and visit your site again. I would really encourage you to limit special effects such as flash animations. Search engine spiders do not read flash and they do not index them. Therefore, I would really encourage you not to use them because they're quite costly and they don't mean a lot. Write short text which is more suitable for the web. You're not writing into a journal, into a newspaper, into a magazine, it's a website. And so the text, the information should be short and easy to understand and to read. You should also pay specific attention to the images that you choose. A great photograph is valued 10,000 more than words. Don't overdo it though, because when you use a picture, a photograph, you should be very careful on the website to actually optimize the size for the website. We talked about DPI for different reasons. I think for the website, you should remember that it should not exceed 72 DPI, because otherwise it becomes too heavy. In terms of optimizing and images, quick reminder of the fact that today a video is also very important, but of course a video can be quite heavy. One suggestion would actually be to upload the video about a project, for example, on YouTube, and then you can embed it on your website. That's easy, it doesn't weigh a lot, and of course it gives extra information and people like to click easily and get access to the video. You need to be proactive. The real work begins once your site is finished and it's online, and at that point you need to make sure how is the site found. Couple of key tips here. The first one is to optimize the search engine. It's what we call search engine optimization, SEO. Ricordiamoci che SEO è gratis, quindi è importante. And it actually means that you identify keywords of how to find yourself and the website. For example, if you have a specific picture of a project, you should actually rename the picture with the name of the project or the name of the type of building, which therefore will be easier to find and to access. The second thing is what it's called SEM, which is a search engine marketing. Questo è a pagamento, but it's obviously also very useful because you invest on per click, but it's an investment for your future and the future of your company, yourself and your business. Search for new visitors, pushing the link on the website whenever possible, but also participate to thematic blogs. This really helps enhance your site and hopefully have more clicks and more visits. Last but not least, I think you should also send out a periodic newsletter with news snippets linked to the site, and this will allow you to bring new contacts to the site and new visitors because they will discover new aspects of your information, the one you've put on your site. Good luck.
Website in 10 steps. Today, a website acts as a company's business card. It is also the simplest way to show your work abroad. A website is not a digital brochure. The architecture website was designed thinking about the contents and the tree structure of the pages. Design a software structure appropriate for the internal human resources. Today's systems such as WordPress mean you can do without a software house and even update the website from your smartphone. A website should always contain new information. It's necessary to have a person in the office in charge of it. Invest in content. A website that is only beautiful will be visited once, whereas a site full of interesting information will be visited often. Limit the special effects, such as costly flash animations. Search engine spiders don't read flash sites and don't index them. Write short texts suitable for the web. Reading online is difficult, and we know that users only stay on a page for a few seconds. It is wrong to put texts written for the paper format on the website. Pay attention to the images. A great photograph is worth 1,000 words, even on the internet. But don't overdo it. Also, first optimize the resolution for the web and use the image name to increase search engine visibility. You need to be proactive. The real work begins when the site is finished and online. You need to make sure it is found. Optimize it on search engines. SEO, search engine optimization, by identifying the main keywords you think people will search for or invest in pay-per-click campaigns, SEM, search engine marketing. Search for new visitors, publishing the link to the site wherever possible. Participate in conversations on thematic blogs. Send out a periodic newsletter with news snippets linked to the site. This will allow you to bring your contacts to the site, who will be able to discover new aspects of the firm.
Website, business card, tree structure, content, special effect, proactive, to optimize, search engine, pay-per-click campaign, visitor, thematic blog.
We have talked about the project, we have shared our views, and at this point in time, what happens next? There is something, again, not so common in Italy, that very often happens in Anglo-Saxon meetings. It's what they called FAQ, frequently asked questions. These are meant to destabilize you, il che in italiano significa che non sei più a tuo agio. So it's very important that you are prepared to the fact that these questions may be asked. Like I did other times, I've prepared a little list for you. First one is, why should we choose you? So this is about what is special about you, what can you bring to the project, to the client, and to the team. Remember, you're not alone, there's always a team. Your team, their team. What are your strengths and weaknesses? And don't be afraid, weaknesses is not something you should undermine. You're not perfect at everything. There's something you know best and something you know less. Therefore, it's better to say it up front than to hide it. Why do you want to work with us? Very often, the client wants to know what's your interest in working with them. What do you know about our company? What do you know about us? What are the issues about this project? What is your understanding about this project? And then, of course, the last and most typical one is, do you have any questions for us? Yet again, don't be afraid, just prepare it and go for it. You always have a question for them. So make sure you have thought about it and you can say it loud and clearly.
Il geometra Baldini, collaboratore dello studio MRLV Partners, incontra David Bauer, account manager della software house tedesca, che dovrà elaborare il progetto del sito web dello studio dal punto di vista tecnico.
Good morning, David. From your LinkedIn profile, I see you are a digital native. I'm always struck by how young technology experts are. Moving on to our site, I imagine it's a very simple project for you. We don't have any particular requirements such as online shopping or managing a complex database. I know you work in tandem with a graphics studio, so I'm not worried about the final appearance, which will be coordinated with our corporate image. I would just like to highlight some aspects that must work perfectly. The newsletter must start from the web and must include all the statistics so I can monitor the interest in various news items. The site access statistics must be prepared weekly. I would like a report on Monday morning. A backup must be done every month and must be stored on your servers in Germany. Please sign the contractual rules on the authorship of the website, which belongs entirely to our firm and must be designed in open code. If all this is doable for you, we are ready to get started. Good morning, David. From your LinkedIn profile, I see you are a digital native. I'm always struck by how young technology experts are. Moving on to our site, I imagine it's a very simple project for you. We don't have any particular requirements such as online shopping or managing a complex database. I know you work in tandem with a graphics studio, so I'm not worried about the final appearance, which will be coordinated with our corporate image. I would just like to highlight some aspects that must work perfectly. The newsletter must start from the web and must include all the statistics so I can monitor the interest in various news items. The site access statistics must be prepared weekly. I would like a report on Monday morning. A backup must be done every month and must be stored on your servers in Germany. Please sign the contractual rules on the authorship of the website, which belongs entirely to our firm and must be designed in open code. If all this is doable for you, we are ready to get started. Good morning, David. From your LinkedIn profile, I see you are a digital native. I'm always struck by how young technology experts are. Moving on to our site, I imagine it's a very simple project for you. We don't have any particular requirements such as online shopping or managing a complex database. I know you work in tandem with a graphics studio, so I'm not worried about the final appearance, which will be coordinated with our corporate image. I would just like to highlight some aspects that must work perfectly. The newsletter must start from the web and must include all the statistics so I can monitor the interest in various news items. The site access statistics must be prepared weekly. I would like a report on Monday morning. A backup must be done every month and must be stored on your servers in Germany. Please sign the contractual rules on the authorship of the website, which belongs entirely to our firm and must be designed in open code. If all this is doable for you, we are ready to get started.
Digital native, technology expert, particular requirement, database, to work in tandem, graphics studio, coordinated, corporate image, statistic, to monitor, authorship, open code,